Ah. Good morning, guys. Y'all know, man, anybody out there that do technology, y'all come on over here and join my team. I need ya. I need ya. I need ya. There we go. We good to go. How you guys doing this morning? Thank you for being so patient. Yes, patience is a virtue. It is a virtue. Let me tell you something. Out of everything that you're going through right now today, thank you so much for sharing. Y'all make sure I'm new over here on a Contributed Salon page. So thank you for joining me. Make sure you connect and join our group. Good morning. Good morning. Make sure you share this on your page. I put a link in the group. Good morning over there on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you guys so much for jumping in. I'm not going to belabor you, but let me tell you something. Today is Advice Day. Today is Friday Advice Day from the Morning Mojo. My name is Misha Lee, and I'm your host of the Morning Mojo. We go live every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And I talk to you on Monday. We do interviews if we have somebody to come in. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we do motivation, optimism, joy, and advice on Fridays. So I'm always here ready to go. Y'all get your pens, your papers, whatever it is you write with. I know you're bored at home. From some of y'all working at home and y'all don't have time to sit here and watch me the whole time, but that's okay. I want y'all to watch me as long as you can. And if you can go back, pop your little earbuds in and just listen while you work, because you don't have to see me to hear what I got to say. Matter of fact, I actually have a podcast and I'll drop that link tomorrow. So yes, tomorrow is my birthday. I will be 52 years old. Thank you guys so much for all the early birthdays, all the love, all the hearts, everything that y'all done gave me. Y'all are amazing. But Liz, what do you do when somebody decides to leave you or if they decide to stay? And I put stay in there because sometimes we have people around us that we wonder, why are you here? Why are you even here? Because you're not contributing. You're not doing anything to uplift, build, expand, or in complement the situation. So you wonder, why do they stay? So at the end of the day, whether people stay or whether people go, there's a particular mindset that you need to consider. There's something I want you to think about. I'm trying to get my notes up here because half the time I don't go by my notes. But it's some notes with this today. So I'm going to try my best to stick with it. But it ain't up to me whether I use these notes or not. But anyway, what do you do when people go or stay? I mean, right now we're in a place, especially those of you that are in the beauty industry or just plain self-employed, we are in a place right now that we've never been before. Even the financial gurus, their mind is blown. Like, I listen to the financial news every single day. And when I tell you, don't let them fool you. Don't let them fool you into thinking they know what's going on, because they don't know what to do. They don't know no more to what to do than what you know what to do. Right now, they're winging it. They got their money out there because one thing they know for sure, they might not know how to cure COVID. They might not really even know how to curb it when it comes to medication. They're experimenting out here with medication. The one thing they know is to try to keep you from getting it. But one thing for sure that they're concerned about is that if they don't get it underhand, now at the beginning of this month, they was talking about, at the beginning of March, they said, okay, well, maybe around the 15th of April, which is next week, we'll be good to go. Now they already pushed and said the end of April. I heard today, they're literally thinking that this is going to go on all the way until July. So you're talking about April, May, June. You're talking about 3 months. There are already talks about canceling people mortgage payments, canceling people rent payments. Nobody in the country can get evicted or get put out. They can't do that. They can't charge you for no light bills, no water bills, nothing. They're going to cut all that off. This is what the talk is going right now. When I tell you our leaders do not. Good morning, Derek. How you doing, neighbor? Can you see me? That's my neighbor across the street. Hey, Rebecca, how you doing? Make sure y'all share the post. But listen, they don't know what to do. When I tell you, when I was looking at TV, when I heard them say July, it stopped me. I had to turn around and look and say what? What was you gonna have so many people breaking the rules, trying to find a way to make money just to not even to take vacations, but just to make money to try to come up. Because you got to think about this. June, May, June, July, spring break was RIP. Spring break is gone. Graduations is gone. You got Easter is already gone. It ain't no, it's a wrap. Easter's gone. Mother's Day is going to be gone. Father's Day is going to be gone. Vacations going to be gone. So a lot of stuff that's getting ready. A lot of people going to be affected by not being able to move. Our United States economy. Listen to me, y'all. Listen to me, and make sure y'all share this post. Our economy, as we know it, is shut down. Don't let these cars riding around fool you. Don't let these stores flying around fool you. I'm trying to tell you something. I'm going to give you some nuggets, especially those in the beauty industry. Our economy is on pause right now. We are simply going through the motions at this moment. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, because I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't like it when I heard it, but I always pray and ask God what he want me to share. It's not finna get better, guys. I know that I didn't want to hear that. It's going to get, I don't know how much worse it's going to get. But this hope that they've been selling us, they're selling us hope because they don't want us to panic. I'm not saying that people are going to get sicker. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the economy, our financial situation. This COVID-19 has thrown a loop. This is the great equalizer. It don't matter how much money you make. It don't matter how famous you are. It doesn't matter what house you live in, whether you're in the projects or where you're up on the hill. It don't matter what you're driving. Don't matter about your skin color. All that's been canceled. Right now, everybody in the United States, we're equal. Yes, some people got more money than us, but guess what? They can't do nothing with that money. What can they do? What are they going to do? Go out here? That money ain't going to keep them from getting sick. See, some things that, let me tell you something. And I'm not putting this in the hand of the Lord. I'm not even going to have that conversation. But sometimes things happen to shift. I've been hearing about a shift. The wealth of the wicked laid up for the just. Let me tell you something. If you tapped in that vein and you understand what that means, you see the shift happening. And you better make sure that you tapped into that right vein. What do you do whether they leave or go? Whether they give us support or whether they don't give us support, you got to understand this. And this go all the way down to just your basic businesses and the things that you built for so long. Right now is the time. Let me tell you something. Right now is the time that you're going to see who on your side. Right now is when you're going to see who support your businesses. Right now, you're going to see who loyal and who ain't loyal. You're going to find out. You're going to find out. You're going to find out today. You're going to find out who down for you, and you're going to find out who been looking for a way out. But whether they leave or stay, no matter what you're going through and where you are right now, you got to keep moving. My advice to you, whether people stay on board with what you was doing before this hit, or whether they say, you know what, I got to bail out. I'm gonna have to go somewhere else. I'm gonna have to bounce. Whether they bail out, you need to stay focused, because at the end of the day, it doesn't benefit you to stay in the place that you are. You know, when I think about us growing, when I think about us having faith, you know, a lot of times I like to use simple things like weight loss. Weight loss is something that I've experienced my whole life, so I can talk about that. It's a lot of things, but I'm gonna talk about something that's more common. It's like weight loss. Now, you can eat right, exercise, you know, cut back, and you'll see the pounds melting off. But then sometimes you hit a plateau where you're not losing anything. You ain't where you used to be, but you're not where you want to be. So you get a little frustrated, and then you kind of stop. You're like, you know what, I'm tired. Something that happened, like a party will come up, a holiday will come up. And if you like me, you're an emotional eater. If I get really, really upset, I don't eat. But when I'm comfortable, like how I am now, I'll start to eat. Food, I equate food with comfort, food with calmness, food with rest, food with goodness. So anytime I'm in a good mood, I want to eat. I want to celebrate. If I'm in a bad mood or if things is down and I'm depressed, I don't want to eat nothing. So you know, when in weight loss, when you get to that space and things seem like they're going good, I'll start eating stuff that I shouldn't be eating. I start, oh, I'm gonna try this. Yeah, I lost about 20 pounds. I look good. Oh, I feel good. I do this. And guess what happened? I'll get comfortable in that space because I'm like, well, I've been working out and I'm just not losing weight. I've been trying, my workout partner, or I can't afford to go to the gym, or I'll find every single thing that I can do But guess what I end up doing? I end up leaving myself and staying in this position. The people who was on the board with me, they either been quit or they're going to keep going. And so you end up in a space where you have to make a decision by yourself. But let me tell you something. The worst place in the world is to stay somewhere that you don't want to be. The worst place in the world. I learned that a long time ago. The worst place for you to sit down and quit and give up is in a space where you're frustrated at. Because guess what? You just sat down in your frustration. The worst place in the world for you to quit, if you're trying to grow a church, if you're trying to grow a business, if you're trying to grow a community, is in the place where you at. If you've been trying to grow your community and you've been trying to grow your ministry and you've been trying to grow your business and it's and where it is right now, you're not satisfied. Guess what happens if you quit? Guess what happens? You're gonna stay right there in the very place that you don't want to be. Why would you quit? It doesn't make any sense to stay in a place that you don't want to be. And let me tell you what's even worse is making your bed in hell. That's what's worse, is making your bed in hell. If you in hell, if you're going through something right now, why make your bed there? What some of us have gone through so much and experienced so many hard times, and it's been so tough on us that we done got comfortable being in the place that we at. We done got pure comfortable in the space that we in right now. And because we tired, we don't want to go no further. It's going to be too much work. I don't have the money for that. Ain't nobody on my side. People don't quit on me. The customers ain't coming. They not coming to church. They not doing that. So I'm not even gonna work. I'm gonna make do with what I got. You just made your bed in hell. Come through. Do anybody understand what I'm saying to you? The moment that you do that, you just made your bed in hell. You just made your bed in defeat. You just made your bed in brokenness. You just made your bed in misery. You just made your bed in shortcomings. You just made your bed in the exact place that you did not want to be and that you were not happy about. But you begin to play these Jedi mind tricks at yourself. Well, at least I ain't where I used to be. That's fine. That's facts. But you definitely ain't where you want to be. Let me tell you something. I am done sleeping in I don't want to be land. I am done with sleeping in I'm good enough land. I am over with building tents in I did that. I remember when I done that. I need new stuff. I need new experiences. Guess what? Anything that stops growing begins to die. Remember that. Anything that ceases growing is starting the decline to death. You have to stay constant and consistent. I know some of y'all done got comfortable in these businesses. I know some of you done got comfortable in these relationships. I know some of you done got comfortable in your churches or whatever you got going on, and you happy with what you got. But I'm gonna tell you something. You better always be nurturing that thing. You better always be taking care of it. You better always be tending to it, and you better always be trying to get growth in it. Because anything that stops growing sits there and it begins to die. Look at anything in this world. Look at it. If it's not growing and living, it's dying. And you don't want that to happen to your business. You don't want that to happen to your vision. You don't want that to happen to your ministry. And you don't want that to happen to your relationship. A lot of times in relationships, and this has been my personal experience and what I've observed, a lot of times in relationships, we get so comfortable with the things that they don't and what they will do. We get so frustrated that we give up. And we just throw our hands up and say, you know what? It is what it is. I'm going to do me. And that's what you do. And guess what? You do you. And you start growing. But that thing that you don't tend to no more, it begins to die. It begins to rot. It begins to get rank. It begins to get mold and mildew. It get old. And then it becomes even worse because you don't want to be bothered with it. Some of y'all had businesses. Listen, let me tell you something. I ain't trying to hurt nobody's feelings, but I'm finna tell you the truth. Some of y'all now had businesses and they were good businesses. And you got comfortable in that small amount of success that you have, and you didn't want to hear the fact that God wanted you to go somewhere and go further because you had too many people around you that had already settled for what they was doing. Oh, you good, you the best. What else can you do? You did the best you can. You stay right there. Just keep saying you stay in your sweet spot. Tell you something, stay in your sweet spot and make you spoil. Get your sweet spot is supposed to be temporary, and then you're supposed to move to the next level. And I'm gonna tell you guys, you don't have to make your levels like everybody else's, but you should continually grow. But some of you have business, you was doing good, and then the first thing you got to do, you got comfortable. You stop nurturing it. You stop paying it attention. You got frustrated because people left. You got frustrated because you got a little misery. You got frustrated because you got broken because of this, or you fell short because of this. You felt like you was abandoned. You got in fear because you didn't know if you made this, if you tried this again, if it'll fail. You got in all that, and so you stopped and you made your bed in there. And when you made your bed in that, you start to lose. It start to be snatched away from you. The Bible said the richer get richer and the poor get poorer. It's a reason behind it. Y'all better study that. You have to always be growing. You have to always be working and nurturing whatever it is that you're trying to do. You cannot give up. You cannot, listen, whether people stay with you and support you or whether they walk away, that has nothing to do with what you got to do. If they stay, you tell them what you need, what you expect them to do. You tell them what you require, You tell them what you need. You tell them everything it is that you dream and what your vision is. And then you give them the opportunity to make this decision, whether they're willing to do that or not. And if they don't want to do it and they disagree with it, that's okay. We can agree to disagree, and I'm gonna let you go on your way. Because what that person won't do is somebody waiting for the opportunity to get in your face. It's somebody waiting for the opportunity to sit in your face, to get what you got. Stop measuring your success by the people that you see every single day. Stop measuring your success by trying to read people's pockets and what people say. One thing I learned in business is everybody's spending ain't your spending. And if they decide to leave, thank them for the experience and keep it moving. Thank them for the experience and keep it moving. Thank them for the experience and keep it moving. Thank them for the experience and keep it moving. Let me tell you something. Your broken heart with men. Guess what? Your broken heart with men, your disappointment with men, that loss can be filled. Because I'm going to tell you something, whether you believe it or not, for every person, good morning. Listen, make sure y'all say good morning. Thank you for remembering that. Make sure when y'all get on my live that y'all say good morning and at least share one of my posts that I post during the week. Y'all say, hey, Misha, good morning. Give me some hearts, some love, some. Make me feel weird. I feel like it's creepy when y'all be on here now looking at and had like 100 or 345 views and I ain't had but 25 comments. Now you can get on here and say, hey. Now you can do that. Now y'all say, hey to me, don't do that. But anyway, if they decide to leave, if they decide to go, thank them for that experience. Yes, you're going to be brokenhearted and you might cry. And yes, you might be embarrassed because of all that you've done. But you better believe this. The moment that they leave, I guarantee you, as somebody who's been sitting around like this, waiting for the opportunity to get in your face, waiting for the opportunity for that job to come open, waiting for the opportunity to say, you know what? And listen, you cannot be thrown off by the people that come to you, because what you're going to find out is that the people that come to you and the people that stand in your face and the people that come to support you are going to be the least people that you thought it would be. The people that you want is the same people that everybody else want. That ain't the one that you necessarily need. Listen, I need you guys to get this book right here. And now y'all can tell I done had my book for a long time, but you need to get this book. This book right here, this is my advice for you today, is to get this book. If you haven't read this book already, you need to read this book, The Power of Focus. I got this book back probably about the end of the 90s. About the end of the 90s is when I first got that book. I mean, look at it. I done had this book for so long, it don't make no sense. And I done read it and read it and read it and read it and read it. But I'm going to tell you something. Most of the problems that you have when it comes to you being able to move forward is that you're waiting for other people to connect with you. You're waiting for people to come along with you. You feel like you got to always have somebody in your back pocket. You feel like you got to have somebody in your side. And sometimes the things that you have to go, whenever you are transitioning to a different level, sometimes the things that you are trying to do, you have to do it in silence. Remember, I keep telling you that the greatest things and the best the best moves that I ever made for my life, not even the man I was married to knew what I was doing. And that was not holding no secret from him, because I wasn't doing nothing dirty and underhanded. But I'm telling you something. Sometimes you got to move in silence. Sometimes you keeping your mouth shut And working on what you're working on, I help it get to you quicker than if you out here telling everybody what it is you're trying to do. You're trying to rake all this attention in. You're trying to get all these people on board. Listen, people always be on board with people that think gonna be successful. Don't get it twisted. People always jump on board when they think you about to get some money. Look at people who win the lottery. People always want to stay with you when they think they can get something out of it. And that ain't necessarily the people that you want with you. You need to be with people who will support and work with you even when they think you ain't got it. You need to have people on your team. You need to have people in your life. You need to have people as your friends who want to stay with you, whether you got a dime or whether you ain't got nothing. You want people who will stay with you when your stuff get cut off, when your stuff get repossessed and won't tell nobody about it. Them the people you want to stay with you. Them the people you want to walk with you. You want people who walk with you, who no matter, my friend William Jackson, let me tell you something about that man. I done known William Jackson my whole life. And it's funny, but he'll stay. He'll stay. He'll stay. We done had our ups and downs, and we done been through and grown through. But I'm gonna tell you something that he is. He gonna keep whatever it is that you put in his confidence to this day. To this day. To this day, this man still got things that happened when he was a teenager, but with him and some of his friends, or things that happened. And to this day, if he had that conversation, he still won't tell you what it was. You need people in your life that stayers, that'll stay with you no matter whether you up or whether you down. You need people in your congregation. You need people in your business. You need to pick people to be a part of your family. And family don't always mean blood. You better understand this. That will be with you when you at the highs, and they'll be there to help cushion the blows when they see you falling. Stop being so concerned who you trying to keep. Stop being so toe up when you see them walk out the door. When you see their back, just understand this, that was a blessing they gave you. Because when you see one thing that I learned a long time ago, when one leave, they open the door for three. Every single time I get a customer that don't come or that have ever transitioned out of my salon and left, I always get 3 new customers. Every single time, ain't never failed. That's been my confession since day one. You need to start confessing things and putting things in the atmosphere that you want. You can't get something that you don't know what you want. You can't keep bouncing around here trying to have, listen, I understand you want to have multiple streams of income. You want to have all these things going on. We're going to talk about that in my next class. I'm getting ready to teach in a few minutes. I get it. But sometimes you got to put your hand in one jar, get what you got, gonna get out of that and eat. It's just like, think about your life like this. And I'm going to get off here. And I want y'all to really think about this. There's some serious advice. Think about life like this. Think about a plate of food. You got some fried chicken, collard greens, mashed potatoes, cornbread, pig feet, chitlins, ribs. You got all your favorite foods out there. Y'all know I'm a country girl, so I'm gonna say all country stuff. But you got all your favorite. You got some stew beef, you got corned beef, green beans, mustard greens, poke salad. For those of y'all that know what poke salad is, you got all the best foods right here. Potato salad, you macaroni and cheese, chicken casserole. You got all this food in front of you, and all this food look good to you. But guess what? You can't eat but one thing at a time. You can take a little bit of each one of them and put them in your mouth. But the best way to experience that macaroni and cheese fully is to take that macaroni and cheese and let that cheese drop all the way in your mouth. The best way to experience that tender roast beef is to take a piece of that roast beef and put it in your mouth. Now you can mix it with your mashed potatoes and do what you want to, and that'll give you a new combination. But sometimes you got to make sure that what you got on your plate that you can eat it one at a time. Take some of that stuff off your plate. I done got older, and when I was a young girl, I always been a foodie. When I was a young girl, hunty, this big girl can eat. Do you hear me? I love to eat. I mean, Thanksgiving coming, we would just eat piles and piles. I could sit there and just eat. Now I don't know what's wrong with me. Like literally, I can put food in front of me and I eat so slow. Everybody's always done before I am. I just eat really slow. And I don't ever eat all my food. And if I do eat all my food, it takes me hours to eat. So by the time somebody done ate their food in 20 or 30 minutes, I ain't even halfway done. You change, and as you grow, you learn to appreciate the things that you have in front of you, and you learn to understand the things that are not with you no more. Whether they stay or whether they leave, neither one of those have to be the detriment or the end of what it is that you're trying to do, and it shouldn't be. It should not be. You don't build your life. You don't build your life. You don't build your business. You don't build anything that you got based on the fact that you need that you are codependent on one particular person. You build your vision, you build your business, you build your relationships, and you build your ministries. You build these things on visions and dreams. And when you build it on those things, it will draw the type of people who believe and will connect with you. And it'll make it easier. And you won't experience that loss. When you build your salon business and your beauty business, stop being a poacher. Stop being a poacher because it ain't working for you. It ain't work for you. It ain't work for you at all. It ain't work for you none. You being a poacher has not helped you at all because you're still trying to find people. You know why? Because you haven't found people that believe in what you do. You so busy trying to tear other people down. You so busy trying to make other people look bad. You so busy trying to compare what you do with somebody else's that you got the type of people who have no sense of stay. Get people who believe in what you do, so that the only thing that we preach at the Kachi Beauty Salons is a Kachi Beauty Salons. That's it. That's all we preach is Akachi Beauty Salons. When you hear us, we talk Akachi Beauty Salons. When they come in, I don't care where they come from. I'm like, first thing we tell them is we don't know where you're coming from. We don't need to know. Tell us what you need, and we'll figure the rest of it out. And we have a conversation, and we keep it professional. When they're coming from one church to another, it don't matter where they come from. It don't. You don't even want to hear that. Because I'm going to tell you something. Any of them that even had that conversation with you, I have that conversation about you. Hello. 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 The way they left them, they'll leave you. That's exact. People are like that. That's just exactly how they are. Ain't got nothing to do with skin color. Ain't got nothing to do with that. Just how they are. Period, point blank. Period, point blank. So I just wanted you guys to understand that whether they stay or whether they leave, that's their choice. But you cannot make your bed in the place that you are. You cannot sit there and lay down in misery, hurt, fear, abandonment. If somebody done broke your heart, you can't lay in brokenheartedness. You'll be there forever. And it'll get comfortable. And you'll find out that you got all these walls. Well, I don't trust no man. I ain't gonna do this. I don't want to be no woman. That's because you done lay down in brokenness. You're going to let somebody break your opportunity to find something that's real. You're going to let somebody take away your faith that you believe. You're going to let somebody take away the opportunity for you to have something beautiful because somebody done hurt your feelings or you know watch somebody else go through it. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And you are missing out on an opportunity of a lifetime. And everything it is that you're trying to build, you compromised. Even though you might have success in that area, you still compromise because you lay down in brokenness, you lay down in fear, you lay down in misery, you lay down in hell, you lay down in defeat. You built the life out of that defeat, you built the life out of that misery, you built the life out of that fear. And even though you might feel like you got it going on with your new car, your new house, or whatever, you still ain't what you could have been if you'd have moved out of that area. You ever heard of people being hood rich? You have people being hood rich, live in the projects, ain't got one, and everything they got is paid for by the government, but drive the nicest cars ever. They done made their bed right there where they wanted to be. That's no tea, no shade on nobody. But I'm being honest. You got people who are rich, they wealthy, they got cars and stuff, but they ain't settled because if they would have not laid in that misery or that disappointment, they probably could have been even further along. We get comfortable in places whenever we are. The only limit that you got, the only thing that can stop you right now is you letting defeat, brokenness, misery, falling short, hurt, abandonment, fear, you going through whatever you're going through, is to let that block you from moving forward. You can't let it block you. You can't let it block you. I know this ain't that yip, 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 yah that y'all want to hear, but it's true. Whether they stay or go, you still got to keep it moving. Whether they stay or go, you got to stay focused. Whether they stay or go, you got to keep building. Whether they stay or go, you got to take that broken heart. I'll tell you how I did. I said, come on, broken heart, let's go. Come on. We ain't finna sit here. Let's go. Come on. Come on, because you're gonna fall off me eventually. But in the meantime, I can't sit here and cry with you. I can't sit here and lament with you. I can't sit here and roll around and be depressed with you. I can't sit here and try to lie to myself, because let me tell you who you ain't lying to. You ain't lying to people. You walking around here getting beat up in these relationships. You getting verbally abused in these relationships. You got people cheating on you and mistreating you, but you keeping in that relationship because you're too ashamed to let the world know you done made a mistake. You too ashamed to let the world know that you done got pregnant, had a baby by this man, or got this woman pregnant, and he treats you like it ain't ish. He still cheat on you. He still black your eyes. He still drag you across the room. He still talks to you, still calling you out your name. Let me tell you something. It is not normal, and it is not okay for somebody to call you out your name. Now, if that's the life that you want to live, that's your choice. But it can be better. But you think that's okay because you're so used to that kind of love that you get. You have made your bed in the hell because that's all you ever known. The fear and the hurt that you've been through was so great that it kept you in this place that now you think it's normal for somebody to call you a bitch. You think it's okay for somebody to call you a stupid motherfucker. You think it's all right for somebody to call you a dumbass. That's not okay. And whether you know it or not, that's something that beat you down. And even with your kids, they get raised, you raise them up thinking that stuff is normal. And they continue these abusive, toxic relationships. And this is why we don't have the relationships that we need, because everybody that got so toxic, because the toxicity has become your normal. It's time for us to move out of that hell. It's time for us to move out of that misery. Let me tell you something, and this is specifically for these ladies, because I'm sure it's men out there too. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all better stop being ashamed of the mistakes that you done made to be in these choices with these people. You need to stop being ashamed of the mistake that you done made to get pregnant by somebody, because you stand in that abusive, damaging relationship. You can sit here all day long and do them Jedi mind tricks with yourself into thinking, well, you know, it's all good because I get him too and we get each other and we just down for each. Okay. Okay. Stay right there, because you robbing yourself. And guess what? One of y'all gonna be cheating. Somebody ain't gonna be happy, because that ain't how it's supposed to go. That's not how it's supposed to go. Yes, everybody have to grow, but sometimes that's still supposed to stop. That's not normal, and that ain't how it's supposed to go. I love you guys. Stop making your bed in hell and keep moving. Pack your stuff up. And if you got to be the one to leave, do what you got to do. But whether they leave or stay, don't let that change who you are. Don't let that stop you from moving forward in your dream. Don't let that stop you from believing in yourself. Don't let that stop you from looking in the future and say, you know what? They not here no more, but I can keep going. They don't support me, but I can keep moving. They don't believe in me, but I know I got this. I want y'all to keep that in your mind today. I love you. Thank you so much for joining. My name is Miss Shirley. I'll see you guys on Monday. And listen, you are cordially invited to my online birthday party tomorrow. Yep, it's going to be lit. I'm going to drop in the comments when I'm about to start. It'll be somewhere between 7 and 8 o'clock tomorrow night. I'm just going to play music. We're just going to sit here and chat. You'll get into a link and we're going to go into a group. We're just going to have a good time. It's going to be my birthday party. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.